Hello guys, welcome to a new video. In this video, I am actually going to attempt to make sourdough croissants. However, I do not have any recipe available at this moment. At least I haven't found a recipe that I liked. So what we're actually gonna do is we are actually gonna go and ask ChatGPT for a recipe that we can use to make sourdough croissants. Now, not just any croissants. I will be making just original, regular croissants, but I've also wanted to make ham and cheese croissants as well as chocolate croissants. So let's get started and let's go ask ChatGPT for a solid recipe to use. So let's go. All right, guys, I have ChatGPT pulled up. So now I'm gonna say, write me a recipe to make sourdough croissants. Is that how you spell croissants? I'm not sure. I think I'm wrong. Oh, CROI, croissants. Okay. All right, making a croissant. Okay, ingredients. We got 500 grams of bread flour, 100 grams of active starter, sugar, salt, whole milk, room temperature whole milk. Ooh. Softened unsalted butter. Okay. Cold but pliable. Egg, a tablespoon of milk. Okay. I think I have everything for this. So that is good. Okay, and then I'm going to ask, would the recipe change if I made a ham and cheese croissants or a chocolate croissant? Okay, so the recipe would stay the same, but the shaping and filling steps would slightly change. Okay, but overall the recipe stays the same. So why don't we start with the recipe and see what happens. So let me go grab all the ingredients that I need to make this happen. So let's go. All right, guys, got all my ingredients together. So now we're gonna measure them out. So let's start out with 500 grams of bread flour. So here we go. Got my scale, got my bowl. Let's measure this out. All right, so that is 500 grams of bread flour. Now we are going to add 100 grams of active sourdough starter. But first I'm going to zero out my scale here. All right, time to add the starter. Okay, there we go. And then next we are going to add 50 grams of sugar. So let me zero that out. The sugar. Okay. Okay, 50 grams of sugar. After that, we're going to add 10 grams of salt. So let me zero that out. Oh, that's 11, but it's all good. Okay, now we're gonna add 250 milliliters of whole milk. Supposed to be room temperature, but to be honest, I don't have room temperature milk, so it is cold milk, but it's all right. I'm sure it'll be fine. So now we're actually gonna switch our scale to be milliliters. Okay. And then 250 milliliters. Okay, 251. That is close enough. All right, last but not least, we are adding 25 grams of unsalted butter. It's supposed to be softened. I put it in the microwave and it kind of melted a little bit. So this is way more than softened, but it's all good. All right, so after that, we're just gonna mix this up. So let's go. All right, so the instruction says to mix until the dough kind of comes together. So that's what I've been doing. But now it says that I have to knead the dough for about 5 to 7 minutes until it's smooth. So I'm going to clean up my surface to work with so that I can go ahead and do that. So, all right, so the surface has been cleaned. So now I'm going to take this and put it on here. Oh, probably should have mixed it a little bit more, but it's all right. It'll all get mixed up in here. All right, so now I'm going to, as you can see, there's the dough, and I'm gonna just mix it up together. And it says to do it for 5 to 7 minutes, but I'm most likely gonna do it until it just gets smooth, so. All right guys, I have my dough here on a bowl that is lightly oiled with a neutral oil. And I'm actually gonna put this kitchen towel over it. It's a little bit damp. And I'm going to put it in the oven, and it's gonna be on the bread proofing setting in the oven, and it's gonna sit there for about 3 hours. Okay guys, so the instructions say that you could let it rest on your counter for 3 to 4 hours. And so I asked ChatGPT if I put it in the oven with the bread proofing setting on, if I can shorten the time that it has to rest. And so they say that yes, you can. They don't know the exact measurements. However, usually it's around 2 to 3 hours for bulk fermentation. So, and that's typically if you're oven is around 75 to 85 degrees. Mine typically gets to a good solid 80 degrees. So that's why I'm aiming to have this proofed by the 2-hour mark. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. Good morning, guys. It is the next morning, and Eli actually thawed out the butter. Not really thawed out, but just kind of let it out for a little bit to kind of soften up, because the first step for this morning is to actually roll this out into like a rectangular shape. He also let the croissant dough that we made last night sit out for a little bit so that it kind of softens up a little bit, because we're actually going to roll that as well. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so I got my butter here, and it's still kind of hard, but we're just kind of making it work. We're trying to roll it out as best as we can. So what I did to kind of let it not stick as much, I put a little bit of flour on my rolling pin. So I don't know if it's gonna help, but we shall see. All right, I'll check back with you with my progress. All right, guys, so here is my butter rolled out. I did the best that I could, and I actually used a tape measure to measure it out. It is 10 by 7 inches. So for right now, I'm actually going to put another parchment paper over this, and I'm gonna keep it in the fridge to kind of harden up while I'm working on the dough to kind of roll that out. So I think the key is to roll out the dough double the size of the butter. So I'm gonna try to measure that out as best as I can. So, all right, let's go. All right, guys, that took some time, but we finally got it. So there we go, and now we're gonna place the butter inside of here. So let's go. Okay, so I got the butter out of the fridge, and it has hardened a little bit. So now I'm going to place the butter into half of the dough, and then we're gonna fold it up and fold the corners together. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna place the butter there, and then we are going to lift this up and go like that, so it covers it up. Kind of looks like a quesadilla. All right, so now we're gonna actually fold in these corner pieces here. Okay, and then after all of that is folded in, we're gonna roll this out. One thing I'm noticing here is that there's like these bubbles that are forming, and I don't know why. Like, is that common? I'm trying to pop them, so. All right, so after we've kind of rolled out our dough, we are going to roll it like a letter, they said. So you're gonna make it into thirds and go like that. All right, so after it's rolled into thirds, I'm gonna wrap it in plastic, and then I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator. All right, there we go. We're gonna let it sit in the refrigerator for I don't know. Let me go find out. All right, we're gonna let it sit for 30 minutes. So let's go. Okay, one thing I asked ChatGPT is after I wrap it in the refrigerator, can I let it sit for hours? And they said yes, you can let it sit for several hours or even overnight after wrapping it. Allowing it to chill longer can actually improve the dough's texture and making it easier to work with during the next roll or shaping phase. So it just so happens I actually have to run errands today, so I'm gonna actually let it sit there for a good solid, probably 4 to 5 hours, depending. And since it actually helps, maybe even longer, we'll see. But I will check back with you in several hours. All right, guys, it is several hours later. We actually ran a lot of errands today. So now I'm going to unwrap the croissant dough and I'm going to roll it out again. And then I'm going to put it back in the fridge, and I think I'm gonna repeat that process for about 3 times. So let's get started. All right, so I rolled it up just enough, and then now we're gonna do the same process where we do just the tri-fold, just like that. And then we're gonna let it chill in the fridge for another about 20 minutes or so. So I'm gonna wrap this up, put it in the fridge. All right, guys, another round of rolling. So basically just gonna roll it out same way. Gonna do, I believe it's a 10 by 24 inch length. All right, guys, I got it all rolled out. This has become quite the workout, I will say. But one thing I noticed is that I could see like the butter starting to kind of like seep through the dough on the sides here. But I mean, overall, it's still sticking together. So now just gonna do the same thing one last time. And basically just put this as a tri-fold like that. Yeah, oh yeah, you can see all that butter right there. So I don't know if that's a good sign or not, but that's what's happening right now with the dough. So, yep, gonna wrap it up and put it in the fridge for another 20 to 30 minutes. All right, guys, here it is. And now one final time, we're gonna roll it again. All right, guys, we have finally got the last roll in, and the oil's really, not the oil, the butter's really like seeped into that dough. So now I'm gonna go take this little dough scraper that has measurements on it, and I'm gonna measure it like, I think they said 4 inches apart, which is why it's 24. This is the part I think I'm gonna struggle with. So 4 inches apart, so we're gonna make an indent right here. And then we're gonna do, let's see here, 4 inches here is here. So another indent right there. And then got another indent here. And then another one here, and then there. Okay. So, let's see. I think I'm gonna roll this out a little bit so that it's an even square. And I think it's supposed to be a triangle, so you know what? I think I'm gonna make indents on this side so I know where to cut. So I think for this side, like the indent is like, it would be like centered to this, I wanna say. So I'm gonna say like right here. We're just winging it, you know, this is my first attempt, so it's all good. And then do that. Go with that. to cut like that. Okay. And then we're going to cut like here. Just like that. Okay. And for this, we're going to... Alright, I might have done it wrong, but it's okay. Oh no, maybe this is right. Okay, there we go. And then this would be that. And we're gonna go like that. Oh, no, I think that's right. Okay. All right, so now I got all the pieces cut up. Not the most even pieces, but it's all right. And then I also have some scraped pieces here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to insert a piece of ham and also a piece of Swiss cheese. So I believe it just kind of like folds in like this, I want to say, and basically, yeah, we're just gonna fold it all in, so. Trying to do it as tight as possible. It's a little slippery with the butter. All right, looks pretty good. So there we go. I'm gonna do that for the rest of them. And then I'm gonna do some that are chocolate as well. So we'll see how those turn out. The last two, we're gonna do chocolate chips. So Eli's gonna pour some chocolates on here. No, just like, actually, I don't know. Yeah, just do it like that. I'm not sure.
Some more.
Sure. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, and then just do the same. It should be good. And then now we're gonna try to roll this up. All right, these are what the croissants are looking like. And now I got this egg wash and I'm going to brush it with an egg wash and put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 18 to 22 minutes. So let's get started. All right guys, the first batch is done. one thing I observed while I was cooking was that the butter actually leaked through the croissant, and I asked ChatGPT why that was, and the reason why, it could be multiple things. It could be that I didn't roll it even enough while I was rolling it. It could also be that I didn't let it chill in the fridge within those 3 intervals. So within each interval, I mean. So I let it chilled in the fridge for about 20 minutes. Maybe I should have let it chilled a little bit longer. So all those probably came into play, but the first batch came out and looks pretty good. I'm gonna put it on this rack so that the oil doesn't make it super soggy. So go ahead and do that. All right, here are the croissants. They are just cooling down right now. The instructions did say that to bake it for 17 to 22 minutes, or until it's kind of like a golden brown. It certainly didn't take 17 to 22 minutes. I think it took about 28 minutes. So I think it's just best to kind of keep an eye on it. But yeah, we'll see how it tastes. I'm just gonna let it cool down for about 10 minutes. All right guys, I got 1 chocolate croissant and 1 ham and cheese croissant here. And I'm gonna cut them open and do a little taste test. So here we go. Just for you guys to see the inside of that one. Oh yeah, it looks pretty good actually. Okay, and here we go. Super flaky, like a typical croissant. Not bad. Maybe I should have put more ham, but it's okay. All right, we're gonna do a little taste test. All right guys, I have Eli here. He's going to help, not really help, but he's gonna do a taste test on the chocolate croissant.
Okay, all right, here I go. That's
Good?
really good, yep.
Okay.
It's like a croissant with Nutella or something. That's actually pretty good.
That's good. I think Nutella would be a good one.
Yeah, yeah. No, but that would be a really good dessert.
Yeah. Really flaky, like a regular croissant. All right. Now I'm gonna try a bite of the ham and cheese croissant. All right. Really try to get the ham in there.
Yeah, okay.
All right, ready?
Yep. That's also good. I could really taste the butteriness of the croissant though. Yeah. That's actually pretty good.
I'm proud.
Yeah. No, this is really good.
All right, guys. We're gonna go and enjoy this. But thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.
Take care.
See ya.